Hi guys, it's Randy Gage, and I'm coming to you from my home here in Miami Beach. And I want to chat with you a little bit about the Agel compensation plan. Because I think in this time of economic uncertainty and so many people struggling financially around the world, it's really worth an in-depth look at what makes this plan so special. A couple of things are really important. When a plan is built, you look for people's ability to make some money initially. You look for transitional income to carry them through as they're starting to build their group and they haven't got to all the really sexy things at the end of the plan yet. And then, of course, you look for stuff that has there for the leaders, for people who go out and really do this in a serious way, ways that keep them around so that they never want to go anywhere else. And I think what Agel has done, I know what Agel has done with the Quadra plan meets all three of the criteria, because we've really got some things, some innovations in this plan like nobody has ever done before, and it's really producing the kind of behavior you look for with the people. You want them encouraged to go down and work in depth with the organization, and more importantly, it's producing results. It's helping people live their dreams all across the world. Now, in terms of the elements of the plan I think are important to talk about here, in terms of the timing of the economy and what's going on in the world, of course retail profits are great because it allows people to make some pocket money right away. But I think the really important thing at the front of the plan right now is these fast start commissions. And with the ability to get $200 commissions for each executive you enroll based on the volume that they produce, that's a pretty important thing right now. Because let's be honest, the people are challenged right now. Savings are at an all-time low. Credit card debt is at an all-time high. We know that to start a business for $1,000 or $1,500 is a challenge for a lot of people right now. Now, of course, it's ridiculous in the sense of the value of what you can get. To be able to open an Agel business with such a low figure. But the fact is, we know for a lot of people, they're going to have to borrow that money or put that on credit cards. So the fact that they can get back $1,000, $1,200, $1,400 or more right away their first month, that's huge. And really, the Fast Start commissions do that. I think of the people that I've personally enrolled that have been able to get back $1,600, $1,800, $1,900, $2,000 their very first month in the business. And of course, a huge part of that is the Fast Start commissions. So I think that's really important in terms of what's going on right now in the economy. In terms of transitional income, that's where the Agel executive bonus comes in. And of course, I won't go into all the crazy specifics of it, but basically we're talking about a pool of 3% of all the company's income goes into this pool each month, and then is divided among the people who qualify at the executive for the executive bonus that month. And the exciting thing about that is I don't get that anymore. Eric Worre doesn't get that anymore. Bruno Grillo doesn't get that anymore. Ann Feinstein, Gary Hassan, they don't get that anymore. The corporate directors and the diamond directors and the senior directors, we're not eligible for that commission because we get other parts of the compensation plan. That part of the plan is specifically designed for people who are newer in the business, working their way up the compensation plan, and give them that transitional income. And basically, it can amount to $2,000 or $3,000 in that transitional money to tide them over, help them pay for their products, pay for their business building tools, attending some events as they're working their way up the plan. So that's an important element of the plan right now. Of course, we've got the perks, which we know are kind of sexy. An expense allowance that starts at $500 a month and goes up to $3,000 a month. The Agel Car Fund, same thing, starting at $500 a month up to $3,000 a month. And I think that's really important. I think we've got to really look at that in these kind of times right here. Because, I mean, just look at the car industry. I mean, they're just cratering. They're having such challenges selling cars. But I tell you what, they could sell a lot more cars when people were getting them paid for by Glenn Jensen and Scott Bachlan and Craig Bradley and the guys in Utah. I think of, I've got a lot of guys in my group from my softball league. And I got to tell you, I think a lot of that is because Billy Looper and Wes Anderson had their Bentley Continental GT parked at the field, and I had my Bentley Continental GT parked at the field next door, and everybody knew we got those cars for free, and that was a pretty cool thing. And of course, I traded in the Bentley just a month or two ago for Aston Martin, and the same thing. My neighbors and friends, wow, that car is amazing. Where do you? I said, I get that for free. So that's certainly a fun thing. And of course, the travel fund. You guys know that those of us, the Diamonds, we just came back from Phuket, Thailand, which was the experience of a lifetime, being in this incredible 5-star resort on the water on this island, and going to eco reserves and riding an elephant, taking speedboats out to James Bond Island, and taking midnight cruises with dinner on the water. And I mean, Agel must have spent $250,000 for 30 of us on that trip. Was just spectacular. And of course, we've been to Maui, and we've been on the cruises, and of course, we've got the Cancun trip coming up, which everybody watching this has an opportunity to be there with us. So, I mean, the travel thing's pretty cool. And I think those things are important right now because there's a lot of people canceling vacations or staying home or staying close to home on vacations and trying to keep their car for an extra 40,000 miles or an extra 2 years and just facing a lot of challenges. And the fact that they can get those things for free in our compensation plan, that's pretty powerful. So I think we need to do a great job of getting out there and sharing the word about that.